everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's London and I just try and show you how I do the best with my budget and make my blessings go even further. Today I'm going to show you how to, from start to finish, set up your cash envelope budget, and hopefully I can help you out. So let's get started. Okay, so I know that I have gotten a lot of messages from friends that I know that don't know how to set up their cash envelope system. This is the first they've ever seen of a budget like this, and I just want to show you how easy and simple it is for you to set up your own budget. So this is a budgeting template that I got in a from an Etsy shop. It's actually a budgeting binder. But you don't need that. You can get a simple piece of paper, a notebook, and write out your income at the top and then your amount, and then do the exact same thing for all the rest of the columns. It's very easy that way. But today I'm going to show you with a paycheck how you can break it down from bills to cash envelopes to sinking funds. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and start it off. So I'm going to say that it's the week of, because right now it is the week of March 1st. Okay, so I've got that. So say my income, and I'm going to say I'm on a single income. So this is my job, and these aren't real numbers. I'm just putting this out there. So say from my job, I get $1,500 bi-weekly. This is a bi-weekly paycheck, okay? So I have $1,500. Now, I have bills, right? So I have rent. Just go ahead and start listing out your bills. So this is just for the week of this amount. It's going to be a bi-weekly paycheck. You have $1,500 to spend for 2 weeks. You have to make it last. So you have rent, utilities, phone, I'm trying to think of all the things I have. Oh, car insurance, Netflix, right? So we have all these things, and we have $1,500, but we also have, if you're a tithing woman, you also have your tithes. So I take out the tithes first before I do anything, and I usually take it off before it's taxed, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to take out $150. Okay, so that's my 10%. Then Netflix is $12. Car insurance is $150. Phone is $150. Those phones are expensive. Utilities, I'm going to say, are $60. Rent. Now, I'm not going to do the full rent, because obviously if you do the full rent, it's going to be like $1,200, $1,300. So I'm going to break that in half and do $800 in rent. Okay, so say it's, no, we don't even have to do that much. Let's say it's $600, because it's a $1,200 month rent, okay? So you're going to add up all of your bills. So I'm going to grab this, put this to the side, and you've got 600 plus 60 plus 150 plus 150 plus 12 plus 150. Okay, so that you're at $1,122. That is how much you're going to take from your $1,500. And then that is what's going to give you what you can put in your cash envelopes. It seems like a lot, and it seems like you're not going to have a lot to stuff your cash envelopes or your sinking funds, but this is where your priorities come in. So it's, what do you need? It's not what do you want, it's what do you need. So the first thing that you need to establish is rent is important, utilities is important, your phone is important, Netflix. If Netflix isn't important, you can cut it, and that gives you an extra $12. Ties are very important. Car insurance, you have to have it. Maybe you can look at a different car insurance company. This is where you decide, wow, I'm putting a lot of money towards bills I didn't realize that I actually needed. If you have a lot of subscriptions, go ahead and cut those. If you want to be on a tight budget, keep them. If you want to have more freedom, cut your things that you don't need. So that is a great way to get more money to save or spend. Now next, you want to determine your goal. Is your goal to get your debt paid off? Is your goal to build your savings? Is your goal to just make it? Just make it. That can help you out here too. So say my goal is I want to save at least $100 from this paycheck. I want to save it. Put it in savings. Okay? If that's the case, then I'm going to add a separate bill and put savings and put 100. Then I'm going to add 100 here, and then I will be out another $100, left with $1,222 minus $1,500. That will give you $278 to stuff in your cash envelopes and in your sinking funds. Okay? It doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, it goes far. So let's just pretend that this is the budget. We want $100 towards savings or debt or whatever you want. That can be savings / debt, whatever. That is what that is. So then you go down to your cash envelopes. You have $278. Now, you can sit here and decide, what do you need in your cash envelopes? Well, I know that I need groceries. Now, your cash envelopes are the envelopes that you will use daily. Rather than using your credit card for everything, you're going to use cash in these cash envelopes. So, groceries. If you are a couple, it's probably $100 for groceries. But since we're on a single income, I'm going to say it's $50. Okay? $50. And then I need gas. My car takes $20 to fill up every 2 weeks. I have great gas mileage. So you can do $10. All right? But if you didn't have $10, for the sake of this video, let's do $20. Okay, so we've got groceries, gas. What else do you need? Eating out, is it necessary? No. Do you want it? Maybe. If you want money for restaurants and you want to have a special treat, put $10 in it. Okay, so right now you're at $80 from this amount. You can always lower your groceries and make it $30. And then you can, this is really where you get to play with your budget. What do you need versus what do you want? And trust me, you can have it all in a budget. I promise you can. It just takes practice and trial and error. So try $50 that week. If you can't make it in $50, then up it the next week and then lower it somewhere else, okay? So let's go ahead and say that that's all I need for my cash envelopes. So I've got 50, 70, 80. So we've got $80 in your cash envelopes. That is what you need that week. And I forgot to mention, if you have childcare or anything, you would include that in your bills section up here too. Split it in half because it is a bi-weekly income. If it is a quarterly, if you get paid weekly, then split it into the quarters. So 25% of what you would pay on the first week would go into your bills. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So we're going to do 278 minus 80. That gives you $198 to put in your sinking funds. Now, if you think that's, whoa, that's way too much, I don't need that much for sinking funds, then go over here and make a miscellaneous and add $20, or up your groceries, or up your restaurants, or if you want a fun envelope, you can add $20. So it's really, what do you want and how can you make your budget work for you, okay? But let's just, for the sake of this video, say we have $198 left to spend. This is where you determine, what do you want your sinking funds to be? Sinking funds are basically funds that you can use to stockpile money and use it for a later expense. So, for example, if you have a child, you can do Jessica and give $25 every paycheck and grow their savings account through your sinking funds. Okay, something like that. Or I have a vacation sinking fund. I will put money in it weekly so I can raise money and go on a vacation and not spend it all at once. One thing I really recommend doing is a Christmas sinking fund. That way you're not having to spend all that money at the end of the year and you feel like you're having a cash flow of everything and you don't have enough, okay? So for Christmas, it's as easy as adding $10. That $10 adds up, trust me. Okay, so you got $10 in Christmas, and then you have, let's say you want a vacation fund. Now this is all keeping in mind that if you have debt, you know, you probably should be putting most of your funds towards your debt. However, we are human and we like to save for things like, I mean, I have debt and I'm saving in my sinking funds and I'm saving in my savings account. And I know that that's not what Dave Ramsey teaches, but it works for us and we feel safer that way financially. So that is what we choose to do. But that's all up to you guys. So say you want to add to your vacation, you have a vacation coming up within the next 6 months. If you have a vacation coming up and you have nothing saved, then you would want to put towards more money towards the vacation fund. So in this case, we have a vacation in 6 months. We want to save $50 every paycheck, and that's what we're going to do. That's going to give us the $300 we need or whatever we need. And then we're going to take, I'm trying to think. Oh, I have pets. So if my pets need food, I'm going to add $5 from the paycheck. They last on their food for a while. $5 is sufficient for them. But if you need 10, you know what? We can do 10. It's easy. You can work around it. So we have $10 in pets. And then I'm trying to think of the other ones that I actually have. Oh, beauty. So you need a haircut, right? So we're going to save $20 in beauty for that paycheck. Health. If you need a health account or sinking fund, then you can save $10 in that, and that helps you pay for your copay. Oh, another very important one is car maintenance. Say you have a oil change coming up and you need it done maybe within the next month or so. Put 50 in it. Okay, and then your next paycheck, put another 50. And then you've got your amount that you would need for your oil change, and then you could probably get something extra on top of that. So it's just a great way to save without having to cash flow everything or put it on the credit card whenever the time comes up. So let's add up all this. I'm going to pretend like that's all my sinking funds. I normally have like 11, but for the sake of this video, we have these. So let's do 10 plus 50 plus 10 plus 20 plus 10 plus 50. So that gives us $150 total. And then we're going to take 150 minus 198, and you're left with $48 still in your budget. So what you can do with this $48 is you can either add more to these sinking funds, you can add more to your cash envelopes or your different cash envelopes, or you can take that extra $48 because you're left with $48. Take that $48 and add it to your savings or your debt, and that is your rollover. So instead of putting towards $100 towards your savings or debt, you can put $148 towards your savings or debt. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a great way for you to break down your budget. If you have any specific questions, or if you have an issue with your budget and you want me to help you, I would be more than happy to sit down with you. Or if you want to send me your numbers, I can see what I can do and help you. But this is just something, it's kind of a mock budget, and if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. The cash envelope system doesn't work for everybody, but it is worth a shot. I know that it has helped me stay within my budget and not get into debt, and to stay out of debt and actually pay off debt. So if you have any questions or you would like to see a particular video about this subject, maybe what my cash envelopes are, why do I choose these sinking funds, something like that, definitely let me know in the comments below. But I hope to see you guys next week. Well, I guess I won't see you, but you will see me. And remember, stay blessed, stay frugal, and you are highly favored. Bye-bye.